Hello and welcome, I am Geran and these are my third impressions, of Endzone, A World Apart, a post-apocalyptic city builder. I'm recording this intro after the fact because this is still the first impressions. It was just a very long recording. I cut it into 3 episodes, so this is still sort of the first impressions, and you should go check out the first and second impressions before this because this is continuing right on from those, quite literally. Anyway, as I was. Oh. Production stopped due to empty work areas. Wow, okay, they are clearing the scrap like beasts. Place temporary storerooms in a targeted manner to shorten routes for goods. Roads are generally a great benefit because they go faster. To improve it further, build a market to improve logistics. Besides being an enormous stockpile for resources, it's able to store water. The market is responsible for distributing them within. A market is supplied extensively by logisticians. Wow, that seems a bit grand, but sure. Serves as a transit hub. Alright. Oh, wow, that's big. Okay, that's bigger than I expected. It's not negative, though. So, let's put that here, I guess. Oh, wow, I get 50 carbon masks for building this market. I don't know if it does shorten the distance they have to walk, because... like, a market is a huge bloody building. Like, I think a little shack that I could just, like, put a shack there, put a shack there. You know, just, like, to have a little bit of stuff on hand would be preferable to a giant bloody market that takes up a massive amount of space. But I suppose it's more of a new hub based on this, when you want to enlarge or relocate your settlement. So I presume it fills the role of that, basically. So you have one here, maybe one up here. And then they're the main areas around which you build. The larger it is, the further settlers have to travel to get the food. Build a food station. Oh, that's exactly what I was just talking about. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was after. A tiny little thing just to provide food. So I will put in 3 of them. One up there, one over there, and one down here.
You can think about whether you want to provide additional food stations.
Way ahead of you, Arthur. It's going to prove to be extremely practical, however they not only need food, they need water, a water point as well. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. That's great. Ideally they would have been in the same thing, so you just have like a stand for food and a stand for water on the same table, but who am I to get in the way of these unions? What's up with the decontamination? Needs coal. Do we not have any coal? No, we are out of coal. Okay, let's bump that up to 3.
Now that your settlers also have a water point available, they can supply themselves with water and food. This enables you to precisely control at which places your settlers are able to attend to their needs.
Why would I want to control where they can attend to their needs, you know? I mean, I guess I'd see it more as, like, provide other places for them to do so rather than control where they can. We can now concern ourselves with the weather and its challenges. We can build a weather station. I don't know if you saw at the top, but it said the weather station was researched. Maybe it just happens passively? We'll learn if contaminated rain might be on our way. Prepare crops and rain collectors. Ah, you can cover stuff to protect them against the contaminated rain. That's cool. Oh! The market is a positive influence on location attractiveness. A weather station regulates at which rain contamination level cultivated fields and rain collectors are covered. Hope that's an automatic thing. Oh, bloody hell, that's big. That is... I was expecting just like a little system of instruments. Alright, I'll build that there, I guess. Look at them, look at the deer in the pen. Adorable. Rain humidifies the soil. It can be automatically collected via rainwater collectors for a steady flow of water. Rainwater collectors sets the rain contamination level at which the buildings are supposed to be covered. Let's go with medium and medium. I don't know how sensible that is, but that's what we'll try. Rainwater collector collects water from rain without requiring work. Covered to protect against toxic requires a cistern or water tower. Oh, and it perfectly fits in these spaces here, so I will build 2 of them. 2 of them here. We also have our crops covered to shield our seedlings. Once they've been covered, they won't be irrigated with rain anymore. We can build an irrigation plant to artificially regulate soil humidification. I'm not really farming much. I've got so much food that I don't need to farm much. I mean, this is sort of the opposite of how crops usually work. Normally you need, like, bloody tons of fields. Because of how long they take to grow, you need massive fields to account for even just a town. So I've got 100 people now, and I've got, like, 2 fields and an orchard. Alright, I think I should put the rain collectors to low, so if there is low contamination, cover them. It's not worth collecting. I've got other water sources that can be contaminated. The field, I'll keep it medium for now. Irrigation plant. An irrigation plant increases the soil moisture within its range, uses water. Alright. Okay, it's nice and small. I was worried that it was going to be another bloody huge thing. I get research. Knowledge, sorry for completing this. I still have some homeless people, so I need to build another shelter straight away. I didn't realise I was having such a problem with it. Yay, irrigation for all. Watch out when water contaminated with radiation is fed. This can lead to the opposite of what we want. There are other environmental hazards such as sandstorms or droughts. The soil dries out during a drought and sandstorms sweep across the landscape that damage our buildings. Ooh, okay. You can task your builders to give priority to building or repairing. In the event of a sandstorm, you can quickly attend to having buildings repaired by setting them all to repair instead. That's cool. Our next effort is to focus on increasing productivity. A research station develops additional technology. One step in moving ahead is refiners to get electronics. So show me that irrigation. Go on. Go on, irrigation plant. Show me the irrigation. Do your work. Yeah, brilliant. It just goes straight to blue. That is fantastic. Oh, yep. Just in time for a drought. Our crops are safe. Ha! Look at that. It's just a little circle of green in just a dead land. One thing I will say, I love the aesthetic still. One thing I will say is that it's getting very difficult to remember what is what. So, like, they have got these little symbols, but, like, they're all the scrap symbol. All of these. And it's like, that one's a scrap collector, these are recyclers, the workshop. It's getting harder and harder to remember where stuff is. Like, earlier I was going, right, where the hell was the charcoal? And it was here. And it's not easy to find things, basically, in this. Because they don't have, like, clear symbols or anything. I don't know if that's an option. Show building tooltip in Game World? Is that it? No? Oh, that helps. Yeah, okay, that's made it a lot easier. Still not perfect. Like, I think I would have liked a little toggle to show a symbol for each building, but this does make it easier. Research station. Enables the researching of various technologies and resources. They generate knowledge. Yeah, I'll just build it up here then. Oh, oncoming sandstorm. Slows them down, redistributes radiation and damages buildings. Where's that? Oh, bloody hell. That's where that is. Okay. Wow, that has done a lot of damage. Alright, where is my... There it is. Okay, repair buildings is the top priority. Everybody get out there and repair things. I'm also increasing it to 10 builders. Make that 12. I built another forester lodge because... wood is I'm doing okay with it. I'm not doing great. To be honest, scrap is becoming a problem again. Just because I've cleared most of the stuff in the vicinity, so I'm keep having to move this. Ooh, look at that. That's fancy. Giant wheel moving around just endlessly for no reason. Open research. Ooh. Loitering ban. Sturdy house, kitchen. Coal mining, weaving, upgraded shops. Radio mast, warehouse, paved roads, electronics. Start research. I need 150 scrap that I do not have. To be honest, I'm surprised that the low amount of production of water and food I have is sufficient. Like, I've got 2 rain collectors, a jetty that seems to be bucketing it out of a lake, and 1 well. And that is enough to provide water for 150 people, plus all of the industry. And then for the food, I've got like 2 little fields, an orchard, someone picking berries, and that's it. And a fisherman. And that's all I've got. And yeah, that is also enough. And I'm sort of surprised. I sort of expected that to be harder. Research was performed. Electronics has been researched. Well, let's get the refinery. Oh wow, it's the resource costs that are the expensive parts of research. It's not the actual knowledge. I've got bloody tons of knowledge. Got so much knowledge, I would increase the capacity if I could. Ah, that's what this is. Quick access to building modes. When you select one, it shows you what all the others are doing as well. Alright, if I move one off of metal onto electronics. The research station is very useful to get new technologies. The concept of a solar collector to produce electricity from sunlight. So is that something I need to research as well? Solar collector? No, it's already researched apparently. Generates large quantities of energy in the daytime. Alright, solar power isn't generally known for collecting large quantities, but sure. Also, I'm sure in the intro it said like there is no sun anymore, like the sun was completely covered. We haven't seen the sun in 100 years, I think it said. So how can solar work? Alright, we now have power. Each of your buildings hooks up to the power grid when you set up an electric power pole within the building's range. They will work distinctly more effectively and produce faster as a result. Oh, electricity, yeah! Interesting that we don't need to upgrade them to use it, because that was a thing in Tropico. In Tropico, you sort of set up an electric grid, and you had to build, build special upgrades in order to actually use it. Oh, that's not a very long range for the grid. I'm also regretting all of this being like really tightly built together now, because it means these things can't use the electricity. I suppose that's how you learn. Yay, set up. You ought to constantly keep an eye on your power consumption. The solar collector only produces during the daytime. It would be beneficial to make it available at night. Battery, basically. Oh, batteries are big things. Alright, stick that there then. Yeah, we're out of scrap, like, constantly at this point. I guess stuff like scrap catchers are a way to passively generate scrap?
Some buildings are now connected to the power grid.
Yay! Just as an aside, you can have power poles put on many surfaces. Oh, you can put them on roads. Oh, well that just makes this so much better. You can now focus on exploring an expedition station. Alright, how are we doing? Can I see how much I have spare power-wise? Is that a thing? Surplus, 3,600. A lot of really good thought has gone into this game. Stuff like, just little things like being able to put the power poles on the roads. Changes it from, oh hell, I've messed up this entire thing because I didn't leave one sort of square of space, to that is a genius idea and makes roads and the power system just go hand in hand rather than oppose each other. And I have an outage. Oh no, it's because it's night. Never mind. Expedition station is the starting point for scouting missions and expeditions. I will put it there, as there is just enough space. Expedition rations. Assign settlers to be scouts to prepare rations. You choose how many rations you want to send. So probably I want to be sending the max, more or less. Send out a few scouts to find a ruin. They visit the ruin and explore it. They will supply us with information. And a ration is 10 water and 10 food. Yep, that's fine. Oh, actually, my food is beginning to deplete now. Actually, so is my water. Is that because of the drought? That might just be in general. I might have crossed that critical threshold because I complained. Oh, wow. Total progress. Seeds for fields. Unlocked buildings. Research. Wow, okay. I had no idea this was a thing. Is this a full playthrough? Because, like, I expected this to be a tutorial. You know, a little quick going over and then you can just work out a lot of the rest on your own. But this seems to be a full guided walkthrough. Water production is high, although it's beginning to be caught up. Food is also high, but is also being caught up. So I should increase production on both. Expedition menu? Oh, wow, okay. So that's presumably us. And then... Ooh. Oh, wow. Send the scouts. Ha!
Our scout has returned and brought along a variety of useful information.
Okay, put together a team to explore more precisely. Each ruin has its own challenges, secrecies, and secrecies. Secrecies, precious! Choose settlers who fulfill the prerequisites. You know, I have not been paying any attention to, like, education at all. It just doesn't seem like... Because in Tropico it's quite obvious how well educated people are. In this, I have no idea. Uneducated and educated. Is that... Where's my school? There. Productivity. They're trained in productivity the more efficiently they perform their work. Handling tools. Handling clothing. Or to achieve badges. Let's increase that by 3. Does that increase the number of children? Because I've got 40 bloody children. And apparently no. Also, do we not have enough power? No, the battery. 1 battery is not enough. Put together an expedition. The gas station. Cloth. Joint. Mushrooms. And metal tools. Yeah? Oh wow, you get to choose. Alright, well, not very old or old. We've got plenty of normal and like young and normal adults. So let's get 6 people who otherwise do not have jobs, and off you go.
Now that you've...
It's now in the preparation stage. Rations and other resources are being amassed. They will select to relinquish their old tasks, assemble, equip themselves, and off they go. Get ready to make tough decisions.
Good.
Your expedition has immediately reached its destination. Now it's up to you. Contact them to listen to what they have to say. How? No, I think it jumped the gun. They're still gathering. Alright, instruct. Okay, so I get to choose how much they bring back. All of the joints, I don't know what they are. Metal tools. Everything? Yes? Yes, just bring everything back. Time to head home, I guess it's back to the daily grind, right?
What?
Bit of a attitude on Reese there. Your decisions during an expedition are decisive for a success. Well, I said, bring everything, and they were like, cool, done. The consequences could be fatal. Loot this place and get out of here. Take as many as they can carry. Now that you know how to help your settlers manage in this environment so hostile to life, I'd like to show you how to design it in such a way that they are not only surviving, they're glad to be here. They're eager to live in surroundings that please them. Next to a building is not dirty. I'm way ahead of this. I completely understand this. I've been checking this throughout, but thanks. So this is going to say, put decorations down. Like street lamps. And torches and scrap totems. Sadly, it looks like these can't go on things. That's a shame. Flower beds. Really? Does putting one flower bed in the behind this person's house make someone across the road go, oh bloody hell, this place is so much nicer? Have you seen the flower bed that Freya and Lillian have? Oh god, it's so pretty. What's that? Some wind chimes and a hedge? Oh, amazing. This place used to be such a shithole. Expedition is back. Potential loot is stored in the station. Potential loot. Weird way to put that. I guess I send them out somewhere else.
Your settlers are really going to like the newly built deck.
Sure. Design a residential area attractively that's located near industrial buildings. Yeah, I suppose that would allow you to offset it. And it seems a lot more sort of definitive than something like SimCity, which was a bit sort of nebulous about how much it helped. Living in a pretty neighborhood isn't the only thing that interests them. They would like a forum. Oh, this has a big impact on happiness. Advantages. Farmer badge and gatherer badge. Oh, because it's a greenhouse. So I should send farmers and gatherers. That's an interesting touch. Action points? Alright, 4 action points. I don't really know what that is, but off you go. Small quantity of rations. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, the capacity is for this. Right, I thought it was like, that is the maximum capacity we have for carrying them. So yeah, alright, send that off.
Excellent.
I named this the Deer Forum, where you deer people can come and tell me your deer problems. Check every now and then, see whether you might be willing to do what they want. It's not only responsible for letting them turn to you, you can address them, issue decrees, and establish rules. Oh, this is going a bit Frostpunk. You can ration food and water, prohibit them from reproducing. Roaming Outlanders. Upon conclusion of this mission, additional settlers join. Different types of resources as reward. Light for nighttime. And, okay. Decrees? Oh wow. Banish the elderly. Food ration, water ration, search for survivors. Banish children. Jesus. Birth control. I don't need to do any of these. A loitering ban. Ah, that's the thing I could unlock. I didn't choose to unlock it because I thought I don't want it to just automatically activate. Knowledge transfer. All uneducated adults are educated. Immunity. Increase consumption of herms by 200%. Okay, so the only ones of these which are not at all negative are these two. And that one uses knowledge, that one uses medicine. But apart from that, they're all bad. Activate birth control. I don't want to activate birth control. There, activated. Yay.
The decrees are extremely helpful toward enabling the survival of your settlement.
Can I get rid of it again?
Out that you don't demand too much of your settlers.
You told me to.
If you ask too much of them, it can lead to discontentment spreading throughout your settlement.
Look, I'm putting this on you, Arthur. It's like, hey, you should tell them not to reproduce. Oh, well, don't do it too much, though. Reese. Oh, sassy Reese. It would be better if you could see, yeah. Even though we're not happy about it. Such a thriving settlement like this has downsides. It can draw raiders to you. You'll have to defend yourself. An ammunition factory is going to be necessary. Like, this is supposed to be a first impressions. Like, this is all one thing. I don't know how I've cut this. I was expecting this. You see, most tutorials last half an hour. I'm like 3 hours into this now. And, to be clear, I'm loving this game. This game is really good. And there is obviously a lot to this, and that's why it's tutorializing everything. I just wasn't expecting the tutorial to go on for so long. I don't really have enough scrap to start producing stuff, but I actually think I'm going to call it a day there, because I don't know how much longer this is going to go on. Like, looking at the stuff that I haven't done, it could potentially want me to upgrade stuff. I still haven't managed to unlock the bloody refinery. I've been trying to do that because I don't have the resources for it. So there's still a lot to do. Towers and barricades and raids and so on. So I might come back to this because I have thoroughly enjoyed this. This is a very solid city builder. Tons of stuff in it. It's generally quite clear about how it's... what everything is. A little bit clunky in places, stuff basically never automatically ticking off, so you've got to always unclick it and stuff like that. But these are very minor nitpicks on what is an incredibly solid game. And I do still like the aesthetic, even if it is getting increasingly difficult to find stuff, so I wish the names were just there constantly. Anyway, this was Endzone: A World Apart. A very, very, very good post-apocalyptic city builder. Thank you very much for watching. Do let me know if you want to see more of this. I would happily play more. Obviously, there is more to this tutorial, so I could continue it. And I have no idea if this is going to be like 1, 2, 3, 7 videos. God knows how I'm going to cut this out. So we will see. Thank you very much for watching. Check this out on Steam if you like the look of it. I'm fascinated by this game. So thank you very much for watching. Check out my Patreon, linked in the description, and consider pledging to that. I will again mention that I'm making a post-apocalyptic TTRPG, which I'm doing devlogs for over on the Geran tabletop channel. So I'll link one of those devlogs in the description. You should go check that out if you enjoy post-apocalyptic stuff like I do. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you later.